So you're in MGTOW, you've gone your own way, you've been encountering a lot of failed relationships, you're working on yourself. One of the things you need to consider in your arsenal when you go back into the dating game, because your MGTOW shouldn't be an escape, a place you just run to or cower or hide. It should be a place where you get that break, you can work on yourself, and keep your options open as far as relationships go. Yes, there are a lot of asshole women in the world, and and by nature, they may be difficult to deal with, but you got to get on point with your game as MGTOW. This is a good opportunity to really work on that. You got to develop a don't give a shit attitude. I don't have a more nice way to put it. Since I'm talking to men, it should be easy for you guys to understand. Just don't give a shit. The first person you got to respect is yourself. You respect yourself, and everything else should fall into place. So for example, if you ask a girl out and she accepts, and you show up at the date, but she's showing up late, or decide to show up late, nowadays it's customary that if she shows up late, she buys the first rounds of drinks, or in cases like that. However, my approach is a little different, because I respect myself, and I certainly respect my time. I don't really keep the money can always be made. So I usually wait between 5 to 10 minutes. If a date is supposed to arrive, say a date is at 8 o'clock, I wait around 5 to 10 minutes, closer to 10 minutes if she's really fine, and if she's not, closer to 5 minutes. I may shoot her a text, see what's going on. If she doesn't respond, I'm gone. I jump in my car and I go. If she show up late after and text me and say, hey, where am I? I say, I'm gone. I waited around and you didn't respond, so I left. And attended another engagement. And you can reschedule with her, and if you like, or keep it moving. I'm also of the mindset of if the girl does show up, turn off your phone. So you turn off your phone in front of her and set it aside. That way she understands she has your undivided attention. However, if she's still on her phone, and you say, hey, can you turn off the phone so we can get to know each other? You be polite, obviously, keep it professional always. And if for some reason or another she's sly with it and kind of keeps looking at her phone or glancing at the phone, leave. Say, thanks for your time, but it seems that you're not really interested in us, and you leave. You got to respect yourself enough to do such a thing. That's what it really means to go your own way. It doesn't mean you completely isolate yourself from women, because there are a lot of low quality women out there, and there are some good quality women out there as well. So that's something you need to look at. If you have any questions, ask it in the comment section down below. Like, subscribe, share it. Share this information if you find it can help somebody that you know. And try and get the subscriptions up. I would greatly appreciate that. As far as, say, the date goes well, you're on your second date or whatever, you all have a relationship going now, and she plays games, like little things that really either try to get under your skin. Don't let it. You got to respect yourself and put yourself first. So never lose your cool in situations like that. If something annoys you, say, hey, that annoys me. Can we discuss a different way? Um, in a situation like that, if she gets emotional about things, or you're doing something that she doesn't like and she like zaps out, you as a man has to stay calm, because remember, not only are you a provider, you're a protector, and a protector is always calm and collected in situations where he has to protect. So you keep your cool, and you say, hey, you know, we're grown people here. We don't need to be doing this, playground type. Have this elementary behavior or whatever. Let's act like grown folks. And if for some reason it escalates, because some women are like that. In most cases, it will de-escalate if you stay calm and collected. If it doesn't, and it escalates or it stays on the same pathway, again, walk away. Was saying something along the lines, we'll discuss it when you calm down. And you either leave the house or go in another room or go do something else. That's if the relationship got that far. You also need to set some ground rules in the relationship. What some of the things you expect from the relationship, and not necessarily sexual favors and things like that. Just certain behaviors you expect. Obviously, everybody come with their own personality traits. Some women are kind of goofy. They might like to crack jokes and things like that. That's one of their coping skills. You have to be able to identify those things and know when it's something that's just a coping mechanism, or when it's something that's deliberate. If it's something deliberate, you need to be clear and concise, like I've said in other videos, because you respect yourself and you're putting yourself first. Say for instance, you meet a girl, you set up a date, she accepts, and say it's a Monday, the date is for Saturday. Wednesday or Thursday, you run into another girl, she's fine, or she has more, you see a better future with this girl, or you like this girl more. Again, put yourself first. Take this girl out, cancel the other date. Now, if you like playing the whatever they call that thing where the plate, spinning the plate type thing, take that girl out on a Friday and go out with a less appealing girl on Saturday. Maybe you just want to smash. Maybe you're at that point where it's not, looking for a long-term relationship is not your thing. Line it up like that. I personally prefer looking for a long-term relationship and possible marriage, but that's just my personal thing. It's not for everybody. But just keep in mind, you put yourself first. I got an email from a guy based on the video I did about the woman I got lucky with recently with a boat. And the guy wanted me to go in a little more in depth with that. And this particular video, where I respect myself and I put myself first, is really the strategy to go with. Yes, I did tell her I kept my calm when she kind of was trying to push my buttons about asking me how I dress, and I kept my calm. I stayed cool and collected. I say, hey, I'm busy right now, but if you want to come along with me, we can. I'm going to my boat to do some work on it. If you want to come for the ride, and maybe we could talk about it, or whatever. I forgot the exact words, but that's how that went. We went out to eat. I was a gentleman. I do things like pull out chairs, push a chair, and stand up if she stands up to go to the bathroom, and I sit back down. And I'll stand up when she comes back and help her back to her chair and sit down. That's just how I was raised. That doesn't mean that you're a simp or you need to be, or you're overly nice. It's just good etiquette. Now, sometimes that behavior can come off as being weak, and usually a woman who sees you as weak for doing the typical etiquette stuff that men used to do back in the day, she's not for you. um, be Put yourself first, respect yourself, and walk the hell away. You're in MGTOW for a reason, because you went your own way. In a situation like that, you go your own way too. You don't have to give up the etiquette that you were taught. You go to a decent restaurant, for instance. You were taught table etiquette. You know how to use a knife, the fork, the various spoons, the various smaller forks for pastries and desserts and stuff like that. You know how to eat with a knife and fork. There's nothing wrong with using proper etiquette. If for some reason she doesn't know how to do that sort of thing, and she may not say anything, and you observe that she's uncomfortable with it, then, rather than continue, be the nice guy in that situation, in action, not in words, and nonchalantly change your eating habits there to make her feel a little more accommodating, comfortable with it. Or you could go to the other extreme and continue eating in the etiquette that you were taught, and see where it goes from there. But either way it goes, you put yourself first. If she's turned off by such things, jump in your whip and go home or go somewhere. You should not have to dumb yourself down and just to get some ass. It's completely unnecessary. It shows desperation, in my opinion. Like I say, there are a lot more women than men in the world, so there's always ass somewhere. I'm sorry to be blunt with this particular video as far as talking about this particular subject matter, but a lot of young men try to play this nice guy, but the nice guy to play is a little it's fictitious. It's not really based in reality. It's based on I don't know what it is. Disney. It's like a Disney type thing. It's based on fantasy, because having proper etiquette in the 50s and 60s and the 70s, as far as opening the door for a woman, pulling out a chair for a woman, standing up when she stands up, or things like that. Men in the 50s, 60s, and 70s did those things, and they were still men. So, because they respected themselves and they were no nonsense type guys. So don't think being nice is a bad thing. Is overly nice is a bad thing. When you try to overdo things with these women, especially if they haven't earned that yet. I personally don't bring flowers on the first date. I may do that on the second date, but I make things clear where my intentions when I do things like that. And women already know, So on the second date, you make that move to to get lucky. If she kind of shuts you down, walk away. If she's really hot, you might do go on that third date. But if that third date you ain't getting any closer, you're still on first base, you're not even on second base or possibly third base by then you really gotta walk away. And if you don't walk away completely, you back off from the situation. You wait a week, because you're focused on other things. Obviously, you focus on your career, making that money, managing that money, edifying your life in the 7 healths. You could take that focus off her, put it back on yourself for a week, call her up, say, hey, what's up, see what you're doing. You could wait a little longer, wait for her to text you or call you, whatever works comfortably for you. but don't pursue such a woman. If you text her, say, hey, what's up, you have some free time, you want to hang out, want to do something, and it's a fourth date, and she goes out with you, she's a friend, and nothing happens, she's friend zoning you. That's where you are clear, very clear and concise. You let them say, hey, I'm interested in pursuing this relationship intimately. I wonder, you could talk to her about it that way and see what she's about. If she says she's not ready and all that stuff, say, okay, I'm not really interested in being in your friend zone. Give me a call if you're serious about a relationship. You walk the hell away. Like, subscribe, share the video. Y'all have a good day.